This is the Behind the Line podcast, and this is Pacific Northwest headline news in 3 minutes for Thursday, February 24th, 2022. Well, just when you thought things couldn't get any stupider in Seattle, there is a 128 square foot parking space in the Capitol Hill neighborhood for sale for $50,000. It's next to a condominium and apparently not attached to an apartment, so you can own the parking space outright. This is when prices for housing have topped $1 million on average in the Seattle area. Hey, maybe you could buy that parking space and put a tiny home on it. Washington state regulators found more than 600 safety and procedural violations by school bus carrier First Student in the past 2 years, dozens of which persisted for years after company officials were warned of the infractions. The company repeatedly failed to screen drivers for drugs and alcohol, cleared employees to drive before they'd even completed an application for employment, or a history of their driving records, provided false information on driver records, and allowed some vehicles to continue running even when seats weren't securely attached, according to a complaint from the state's Utilities and Transportation Commission. First Student provides daily school bus service to multiple school districts in the state of Washington, could pay a maximum fine of $364,000. Maybe we should find a different carrier for our children to be taken to school in. Drugs and alcohol, driving records, hello. Bad news for California. Entering its third year of a severe drought, federal officials said Wednesday they won't deliver any water to farmers in the state's major agricultural region, a decision that will force many to plant fewer crops in the fertile soil that yields the bulk of the nation's fruits, nuts, and vegetables. It's devastating to the agricultural economy, to those that rely on it, said Ernest Conant, regional director for the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation, but unfortunately we can't make it rain. Last year, California farmers fallowed 200,000 acres of land. What is going to happen this year? Who knows, but that's not good for the entire country. Democrats in Oregon are proposing to give Republicans $100 million to spend as they see fit in their rural Oregon districts. The money could offer or help to ease tension between the parties as they hash out what to do with the more than $2.5 billion revenue that wasn't taken into account when the state budget was passed last year. How sweet of them. The Idaho House on Wednesday voted 57-13 in favor of HB 475, legislation from Idaho's military division to repeal a 1927 law forbidding private armed militias. Representative Joe Palmer, Republican, the bill's sponsor, told the House the bill was initiated under the governor's red tape reduction push, identified as a never-enforced and outdated law. The bill now moves on to the Senate for approval. This has been Pacific Northwest Headline News in 3 minutes. For more, visit BehindTheLinePodcast.com. Thanks for listening.